Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we have a couple of small wars ongoing here. We're currently working on taking over this area here as well as this area here. Now there's this little bit of Armenia up over here that I want to get out of this war too. Other than that, we're probably not that interested in anything that they have. I mean, there's a little territory over here that I suppose we maybe should go after. But for the moment, I think this is absolutely fine. Over here, we're just after this little area. There's nothing else even in this war, I don't believe. Yeah, just Phrygia Repensis. That is it. So that will be absolutely fine. We see that there's some nonsense going on over here, but that's to be expected. Honestly, Gara's probably got this under control. A scandalous dominus, huh? We'll do a full and fair investigation into the matter. It literally does not matter that we spend some money because, I mean, look at all this. Okay, so we are now in control of another war here, a rebellion against Gara. Okay, where is this? These guys here. Noted. I'm going to hire these mercs. We're going to put them on unit reorg. Ticket a day. And they're going to come out over this way. They're the only people that we can get there, so that seems like that should be fine for now. Okay, so we're at 14% here and 35% here. Looks great. And yes, I do see those mercs on their way in. They're very rude. So this siege should finish very shortly. I was hoping it would be that tick, but sadly, it was not. That is absolutely fine. I'm really not too concerned about it. It'll happen eventually, and this war should be quite easy, to be honest. Okay, we gained 50 gold back. Sure. Actually, I'm just going to imprison this guy. So we need a new Armenian governor. That will be this fine gentleman. Wonderful. So, of course, Gara wins the battle out over here. No issues there. Hopefully the siege ends here. Nope. But we are up to a 71% chance, so that's looking decent. 21 over here, and this is the only location in Phrygia Repensis that we actually need to take out, so that is looking absolutely fine. And we'll see if that ends up happening anytime soon. Otherwise, I mean, Armenia is invading up over here, but insist on an oath of allegiance. Okay, so we won the siege here. Now we need to go take out these mercs and take over this location. So that looks good for now. Checking in out over here, I don't think we need these guys to continue to be on unit reorg. We'll just have them walk over here as quick as they can. I mean, they're not on force march, but it'll do. So in we go here, and I'm wondering on the progress of this siege. We're at 35? Okay. The governor of Punt just died. We need a new one, and it will be this guy. Although we probably should have gone with a scorned family member, but we'll do that next time we have a job opening. Punt is a pretty important province, so there's that. These mercs are not going to be useful for them, to be clear. This is not going to be at all helpful. They have no morale. Like, this is irrelevant to us. I mean, it's a pretty long battle, but yeah, easy. So that looks good. We're going to win this very easily. We just won the siege up here, so that's a big deal. I now want these guys to force march, and we're going to have them come down and try to relieve this siege. Hopefully we get there before they finish their siege. That would be nice. Okay, I want to go finish off these mercs before they get too much additional morale. So this will be no problem whatsoever here. We stack wiped something. Ah, we made it all the way down here already. Nice. So the Phrygia Repensis war is now over. I want to sue for peace here, and that is going to be taking all that territory. 3 aggressive expansion for this. Oh boy. I don't know if we can handle that. Beautiful. So we're going to lose half a point of aggressive expansion as well, so that was actually only 2.5 points. And as far as these guys go, I kind of want them to go onto road build and make sure that we have a road through here, a connection here, but then come back and build up over this direction. Make sure that there's a connection there, and then a connection there, like that. I think that's all the road that we need over here. So that'll be fine. And this battle is ongoing, but we will win this, obviously. We did not, unfortunately, stack wipe them, but we're going to chase them here. And this battle will happen on 3 June, so they will get a morale bump. So that's unfortunate. Now, we do need a new Rob Kohanim, because our last one was just being a jerk. And we have a scorned family member. So this is Omen power, which I think is absolutely fine to put in somebody who's slightly less qualified. That'll be no problem. Apparently, we just won a battle out over here against these guys. Looks good. So that siege is started. And now we're just trying to eliminate these mercs nice and quickly here. So they're retreating back over this way. I'm going to force march over here. And we're going to try to have this battle happen before the month tick. Yeah, that's going to be before the month tick. And we stack wipe. That's exactly what I wanted to see. And we stack wipe them again. Exactly what we wanted to see again. So we can start heading up over this direction. I want to get that fort for sure. So we're going to head up there. And there's definitely some mercs out over here. And more Christians being a thing. Okay, sure. So these guys are going to finish up their road build eventually, but yeah, I'm really not too concerned about this war at this point. Everything is looking pretty okay. I would definitely like to grab this little bit of Armenia, and these little bits up over here wouldn't be bad, but Macedon is over there. So we would need to have our navy come out over here. Now, we don't have any ports over here, but it doesn't matter. That's fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish off this siege. That should be nice and quick. We won a siege instantly right here. Okay, that's cool. So now we need to make our way up over this direction, right? So we're going to head off over here. And that's going to take a little bit to get there, but we've got roads, and so we'll get there reasonably quickly. We'll take stability, thank you very much. And we do need a new governor in Arabia, which will be this guy. Wonderful. So we're at 27% here, and the question is, at what point is Armenia going to be willing to give us what we want? So let's take a look at this, and what we want here is we want everything that's down here, and then we want this, and we want these 3, right? They would currently give us what we want over here with 7 reasons. So we might be able to as soon as we get up here. We'll need to get our units over here, and our ships are going to need to come around. So they're on their way, and we're not force marching here. We really don't need to be. So that's all looking good. No colonizable provinces right now. We did just lose a researcher, an oratory researcher. So I would like to put this guy in. He can generate additional innovations, and that will be wonderful. Okay, so we're now just waiting for our navy to arrive. Eventually, they will get here. There's mercs down here. More mercs down here as well. I'm noticing that. Okay, well, we could recruit these mercenaries to defend that, put them onto unit reorg, and they can walk up over this direction. And we'll chase these guys down with the mercs. Military access from Camulia? Do we even care? What? Why are you asking us for military access? Who are you at war with? I don't understand why you need military access from us, to be perfectly honest. I don't think you need it. So let's get Master of Trade. That'll be fine. And where are our ships? They're almost here. Cool. So we've got these mercs marching northward, and they're on unit reorg right now, so it's going to be a little bit for sure. But I'm definitely interested in going in and taking out the mercs that are over here. They're hiring a lot of mercenaries, actually. That's another 11k stack there. Wild. We might need to hire some more of our own. We'll see. So for now, I'm interested in letting these guys move out. We could hire an additional batch of mercenaries here to deal with their mercenaries, put them onto unit reorg, and then they would come out over this direction. These guys are still on unit reorg right now because we're building their morale back up. Now, our navy has arrived here. I'm noticing where these guys are coming from. We're going to let them lock in, and we're going to come in and fight them here. They do not want this under any circumstances. So that's really bad for them. That's really, really bad for them. Evangelism in our lands. Okay, what do we have going on here? Oh. Okay. This is becoming quite a thing at this point. A lot of this is in land we do not control, though. So that's noted. These guys are done with their road building, and I'm going to send them down this way just in case they need to reinforce. The real question now is, do we think we can fight this? And I think I'm going to wait a little bit here. They're at minus 28, so that seems fine. Let's let this battle wrap up, and now we're going to embark up over here. There we go. And then we're going to disembark right here. So that looks perfect for the time being. A voice behind bars. Very rude. Silence him. Excellent. Okay, so we have forces on the way here. These guys are currently at 87% morale. Noted. I'm going to force them to make a crappy decision here. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell them, you can either lose this unit, or you can abandon this further progressed siege. Which would you prefer? I don't care either way. Either way, it's good for us. So we're going to bring in this second Merc force. Let that morale bump happen. These guys are off of unit reorg now. I'm going to take these off of unit reorg as well. They're very close. And we will pay to recover that stockpile. And now we're going to go in here. So you can see they're not far enough that they can possibly get this sieged, but they have to choose. And they have chosen to lose. Actually, they've chosen both, remarkably. Okay, so we're going to head up this direction. And this war is now over. So we're going to sue for peace, and this is going to be controlled by Gera. So we need to flip this back to Gera. It's controlled by us right now, and that needs to go over like so. Then that's going to flip over, and this war is over. So we can disband these mercs. We do not need them anymore. Cool. Now we're going to come up over here and relieve the Garen force. They're going to maybe lose that battle. That's not going well for the mercs, actually. They are re-sieging out over here. They did not retreat very far. But I want to come up here and end this. Ooh, they retreated just before. That's actually pretty good. And these guys, they can come down over this direction and, like, chase this force. So we've got a bountiful harvest here. We're going to take the stability. Thank you very much. This is back under our control now, and we would need to take this over. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-embark here. And then we're going to sail into this port, now that this is back under our control. There we go. Cool. Max political influence. Yeah, that's something that we should probably do something about. I don't necessarily want to be at max political influence, so we could think about an area like out over here. Do we have a city in this location? These are all settlements. We do have a city here, Mish. So that's okay. We have a city here. We have a couple of cities here. I wouldn't mind getting some additional cities built, potentially. That's a city. Okay. What about some of these areas, like, down here, right? Well, this is a city here. Multiple cities there, in fact. Down this direction, we know that there are cities, so that should be fine. We know that there are cities all throughout here because we already did something about it. Okay, I don't know why these guys are here, but whatever. I don't care. It's fine. They can do that if they like. So what about up over on, like, this side, over here? Well, that's a city there. That's a settlement. Sure. I think Anatolia is definitely the place to look at for this. So we've got a city here, but we could think about maybe putting a second one in some of these locations. Just to spend down our political influence a little bit. We can also start working on a claim on Macedon. So fabricate a claim here, and that would be, 20 political influence. They're actually probably going to have a civil war. That's interesting. So that's definitely noted. And what about in, like, this central Anatolia region? I'm seeing a lot of cities around in these states. So I don't think there's significant problems with lack of city in these areas. Maybe there's a city here. I want to have at least one city per state, right? That would be the ideal situation. And this is a city here, so that's not a problem. Yeah. I'm definitely not seeing any major issues there. We're struggling to spend our political influence a bit here. We could just upgrade random things. Like this. This produces horses. We could just upgrade this. That's fine. But that's only 15 political influence. So we definitely need to spend some political influence on things. We could go through our administration here, and then our provinces, and sort by religious unity. And we could start spending some of these. So that's going to cost a little bit of political influence there. But honestly, I think for now we managed to spend some. So let's proceed and get this war finished. So we're going to head in over here. We're at 22 war score right now, and I'd like to push up to here. We're going to catch these guys. That looks good. Beautiful. So we're going to finish off that army. And as far as this down here goes, where did this force go? They ran all the way down here. Okay, let's force march over there and see if we can get them. Okay, so these guys, they're going to retreat. Are they retreating only to here? Yes, they are. So that should probably stack wipe them. There we go. They did indeed stack wipe. And up this way, we are going to win this battle. They're going to be retreating, and we're going to cap this capital, at which point we're going to come up and, well, this should auto-cap if they leave. We'll see if that happens. We're chasing down this force here, and it looks like we're going to catch them pretty easily. So that looks good. These guys here, they can come up and start dealing with some of this situation. Wonderful. Now, this is not auto-capping. And I have no idea where these guys are going. So let's just walk up over here for now. I'm wondering why that isn't auto-capping. Oh, now it is. It was because they were physically located here. Okay. Turn around, and let's come in and take these guys out. Okay. So once this caps, we may be able to end this. Let's see if they would accept this. So here's what we want. We want everything over here. We want this. We want this, and they would accept it. This is all we want. So 8 aggressive expansion, that's fine. Done. Okay, so the wars are over at this time. So what we need to do now is these guys no longer need to be on force march. I want them to come up over here. These mercs, they do not need to exist anymore. We are going to wait for them to be unlocked in movement and disband them. Same thing with these guys. They need to get unlocked in movement, and then we need to disband them. Cool. Now, this force up over here, I want them to go onto road build, and they're going to build road down this way. Not like there's all that much to build here, but we'll build it anyway. And actually, this can just stay here for now. So once they're done here, they're going to head back here, and then they're going to embark. But that is fine for the moment. Okay, so these guys, they're going to position here. We're going to build a small amount of roading through here, but there's not going to be all that much needed. So that looks good. We do need a lower Nubia governor. That is going to be this guy. Sure, that looks fine. So back up over here, I want these guys to be on road build, and we're just going to build through here like so. I think a connection down here makes a lot of sense. And that's kind of it that we need there. Then we would need to come up over to, like, this fort, right? And we would need to position here and build kind of like that. If there's no road along that, we can build a new one, but there's going to be a road the whole way. So that looks good. As soon as these guys are done here, we're just going to build a road in these two locations, and that's it. After that, these can go drill, and that'll be fine. So I do want to see about any farming settlements. There is one farming settlement to be made. Okay. And there's probably, yeah, there's going to be a few city buildings that we can build. But let's get this completed first. So they're going to come back here, and we're going to have them embark the army. We're going to sail over to here. There's no port here, so we're going to have to do a landing. That's no big deal. Okay. Any moment the ship wants to get there, that would be great. And we'll head into Guianos. Cool. So that didn't get us all that much aggressive expansion, and that is wonderful and, of course, fully understood. Let's just get this built. We just need this one segment of road here, and then we can move them back to our main holdings. There we go. They locked in. I was wondering how long it was going to take them to build there. I mean, there's no road. They're building a road, and they're going into mountains. So that is going to be fairly extensive. We'll take them off of road build now and move them back onto the ships. And then we're just going to sail the ships over to wherever the nearest port is, which is like all the way up over here. Okay, sure. That's fine. Doesn't matter. We delete a lot of our ports, and that's because we can just embark and disembark whenever we want. Okay, yeah, that's looking fine. And at this point, let's work on, say, Palaya Akia. So that is... Where are you at? Up over here. Yeah, that'll be fine. 2 out of 9, we produce wine here. We do have a great temple. That's fine. We can keep that. Surprisingly, this is 41% Israelite already. Okay. Well, we'll get rid of this conscription camp, and we will put in a foundry. We'll put in some mills. We'll put in some slave traders and a tavern. Looks good. Next up is Kalainai. So where are you at? Ah, out over here. Sounds good. You produce cloth, and we already have a foundry here. Okay, that makes sense. So we would put in mills, we would put in slave traders, and a couple of taverns. Beautiful. Next, we have Colossi, which is right next to it. Okay, beautiful. What do we produce here? We produce wood. Okay, we do have a grand theater and a great temple here, both of which make sense. 3 forums currently. We can get rid of the library, the academy. The Freeman District can probably stay, although we're going to have some building slot issues here. So something along the lines of that would be fine for the moment. We'll come back and revisit that later on. So next up would be Tenos, which is out over here in the Aegean. Sounds good. So we would put in a tavern for sure, and then a tax office. What do we have one extra of? Oh, I guess the tax office. Okay, never mind. I was confused for a moment, but I had confused myself. There was actually nothing to be confused about. So next up would be Daru, and that is down here. Okay, this is a research city, and we're not approaching our pop cap, so we'll just build a couple of libraries. No problem. And then we've got Eilat, which is up over here. Sure, we would put in... Do we want to be tolerant, or do we want to be harsh? Honestly, we don't need the political influence. That would overcap us. We'll leave them alone for now. So we need a Freeman District, and I want to put in a aqueduct here, because we're approaching our pop cap, so that'll be good. We need a new Rob Chagrier, and that would be... Actually, this guy is probably the best option. Yes. Yes, he is. So we're going to put that guy in. Perfect. And next up would be Rabat Moab. So where are you? Right up over here? Yeah, that looks correct. Research city, and let's do 2 libraries. There's still a fair amount of population slots there, so that'll be okay. Hamat would be next. And that is right up over here. A pair of Freeman districts. Cool. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to be attacking Macedon sooner rather than later. We're already at 91.51, so that is absolutely fine. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Hiro Marutsu, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.